watching CBS 2 News This Morning in high definition.
And get your appetites ready. Celebrity Chef Marc Murphy is here. He's an expert on French cuisine. He'll also tell us about Le Taste de France, a big event coming up this month, and he's cooking too. That's ahead in 2 in the Kitchen.
And 2 in the Kitchen is taking on a French flair. Celebrity Chef Marc Murphy is here to show us how to make the French classic Croque Monsieur. He'll also tell us, thank you very much, about an event called Le Taste de France. Hear all about it next.
Well, if you don't have time or can't afford a trip to Paris, no worries. All the best of France is coming right here to New York City.
Le Taste de France, a 2-day exhibit of French food, will be held later this month. And executive chef Marc Murphy, and owner of Landmark Restaurant, is here to tell us more about it, as well as to make us a classic French dish.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
We've been looking forward to this all morning. It smells wonderful. You've been working hard. How do you get started with it?
Well, first of all, I want to talk about what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be making a roux, which is really important.
Tell us the roux.
Well, you know, a roux is really it's the basis of a lot of different dishes. It's the basis of mac and cheese. You're going to make a bechamel. And it's just one of those things that, well, let me start with the reason they asked me to come is I'm half French and I'm American. It's sort of like what food is all about. Food is the basics. A lot of the vocabulary and a lot of the basics for food start from France.
How was Don's French accent?
It was very good.
That's it too. All right. So what are we making? What's
what we're making now? Well, first of all, we're going to melt some butter and we're going to put some flour in there. This is your roux, and you can do different types of roux. You can do a white roux or you can do a darker roux. A darker roux, you're going to get a depth and flavor. Basically, you're cooking the flour. You're cooking the flour out. Can you see how that's coming together right there? And then we're going to put the milk in there.
Sure.
Yep. Actually, go ahead. Pour that milk in.
Slowly. I mean, do you?
Just go right ahead.
There. Okay.
There you go.
One of the few criticisms of French food is that it's always heavy with creams and very fattening. That's a misrepresentation,
the beauty of it.
Isn't it?
Well, I think, you know, in French cooking there is butter used. There's all sorts of heavy things going on there, but you don't have to eat a lot of it. Like, for example, I went to a very fancy restaurant in Paris once, and they said a lot of Americans show up and they say, oh, I don't want any of the sauce. There's all that butter in there. But then at the beginning of the meal, they take the bread and they put the butter on it and start eating it.
So true.
There's a lot more butter.
So just have a little bit of it.
Have a little bit of it, and you can enjoy it that way.
Okay.
So right here, this is gonna take a little bit of time to come to a boil, and then we're gonna add our cheese into it. And this is actually the finished products over there. It's just very simple. But you're basically, so this is a Croque Monsieur, and then you can also make a Croque Madame. A Croque Monsieur is what we have right here. A Croque Madame, you would fry an egg and put it on top of it.
Oh, okay.
One of my favorite dishes, and it's a great sort of lunch little snack.
So what is this meat? Is that ham or turkey? What is
this is ham. You can also do it with turkey. You could do it with tomato. You can do all sorts of renditions of what's happening here. So here we're gonna have to let this boil. It would take a little longer to actually make it happen. And then what I would do is add my cheese, and this is a Gruyere. Or you can use a regular Swiss cheese.
Very rich cheese.
And you're going to put that right into
You're going to pour some of this in here and whisk it in.
Wow, that looks wonderful.
Oh, it's good stuff. It's great cheese. Do you guys eat a lot of French food?
You know, a fair amount. I love French cooking. It's more difficult than I tend to do at home. It's a little more complicated.
Right.
We do like chicken fingers and stuff, but I don't think that's French at my house. But, okay.
So actually, this is what it looks like in the end. This is actually the roux when it's actually cooked down.
Wow, it's really thick.
It is very thick, and you want to be able to spread it on there. You're going to spread this on, and then what I usually do afterwards is sprinkle a little bit more cheese on top and then bake it, and that's what we've got over there. You guys probably want to get into eating it. I imagine,
we've been waiting. Hello.
Get away from you, John. No, John.
I think they're creeping in.
I think they're hungry. Wait, watch out. They don't feed them here, it turns out.
They don't.
I didn't.
But it's all about the really great.
You know, John, we were going to do it in a fancy way. We were going to cut it fancy.
We have a fancy knife here.
Oh, look at that.
Well, this will be much easier for you guys.
Lisa makes an appearance. I wonder why.
John just digs right in. Look at you. This is beautiful.
Here, wait. I'll step back. Go.
I think you're done.
Eat.
All right, we're going to pass around.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun. The Taste of France. There's going to be all sorts of French chefs there, which will have they'll all have those French accents. So it's always and all different regions are going to be represented. And it's on the 29th and the 30th, if I think.
My God.
Correct. Yeah, this is 29th and the 30th. It's going to be a good time.
My new favorite morning food.
Wow.
All right, again, Le Taste de France will be held Saturday, September 29th, Sunday, September 30th at Pier 54. You can find more information as well as today's recipe on CBSNewYork. chefmarkmurphy.com.
And we'll continue to talk with our mouths full, John.
In the words of Tony Bennett, it had to be roux. This is fantastic. C'est si bon.
Mark, thanks so much. We didn't get you any.
Really
we'll
good
save
one.
this one for you, right?
okay.
You eat
I
it
have
all the
this
time?
plenty. I have
Oh,
this
okay,
plenty.
great. The so-called tanning mom lands a new job. We'll explain next, of course.